Hey everybody, it's your boy SergDragon, and welcome back to another edition of the Heavens Monsters Podcast. Today we are going to cover the February 7th of Smackdown and 205 Live. With me today is the Silver Griffin, Xavier Hill.
Once again, MVP is in the ring, so that can only mean one thing. Big things popping, little things stopping. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the view, because the Heavens Monsters Podcast is for people better than you.
With that said, we got some interesting things coming on February 27th on a Thursday for Super Showdown. So with that said, a lot of things are being set up for that pay-per-view night, and I believe it's in Australia, or is it somewhere else?
It's in Australia.
There you go. So we got ourselves the beginning of the show, starting with the return of the Dirt Sheet with The Miz and John Morrison. And The Miz had to pull out the Chig Magnet. He was like, "You still going with that?" says John Morrison. And Miz is like, "Well, I got 2 daughters and a wife, so that name is more relevant than ever." They go on to do a montage, a little promo movie, saying that the movie is going to be where they become the new tag team champions of SmackDown come on the 27th, and it's Super Showdown. The New Day then show up, of course, saying that that movie was pretty weird, while Biggie pulls a second microphone out of the popcorn Kofi Kingston was eating. They're like, "Hey, what the? Why'd you hide that in there? I don't got much popcorn no more. Damn it." I would be saying that like, "My popcorn. I was lied." But he brushed it off. He didn't care. And they said their words and said their piece. And ultimately, it's on between the Dirt Sheet and the New Day. In other news, Xavier Woods is still
injured.
Yep. And still doing his up, down, down. Mm-hmm. So how do you feel about that, knowing that the New Day has got their chance at the Dirt Sheet?
My thoughts about that is, let this be a good tag team championship match between these two teams.
And with this, take it on, my brother.
Next match, we have a tag team match between the Usos versus Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode. The Usos look to claim another victory by once again taking down Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode after defeating them as part of last week's 6-man tag team match. Ziggler and Roode did their best to quell the surging Usos, but Jimmy blocked a glorious DDT and kicked out of the zigzag, and the Usos scored the 1-2-3 with double super kicks and a big splash.
In other news, courtesy of the fact that they showed the flashback video clip of King Corbin being humiliated by covered of dog food. Yeah, we gotta laugh at it. He didn't. So he goes into the camera crew trailer, walks in, demands to know who played that clip. And the guy who was just repeatedly saying he was just doing his job, doing what he was told, he gets mauled. He gets thrown around, shaking like a rag doll, beat the hell out of, and everybody's saying he went too far because that guy is not a wrestler. He didn't deserve that. But still, King Corbin is livid. It still puts the question, is this feud between King Corbin and Roman Reigns actually done? No, because as we found out later, King Corbin, because of that humiliation, demanded one more match. It's like Christian here.
Yeah.
Against Roman Reigns. And he's going to get it because Roman Reigns accepted it at Super Showdown. This is going to be good. The terms of that match were either said, we'll be looking up into it as soon as we're done with this. So let me see what the next one is. Yep, that's the one I just covered. So go ahead and cover this, my brother.
Next match, Elias versus Cesaro. Before he could play his song for the WWE Universe, Elias was interrupted by his opponent Cesaro, with Sami Zayn promising that the Swiss Cyborg was going to silence Elias for disrupting their process after Nakamura, or as our buddy Mike Henry calls him, Nakamura, lost the Intercontinental title last week and ensured that no one listened to his music again. Cesaro dealt out a series of punishing rapid fire strikes, but Elias withstood the beating, sent Cesaro to the canvas and soared through the San Jose skies with a thunderous top rope elbow drop.
Bam!
Bam!
Macho Man Randy Savage style. Or Shawn Michaels style. Take your pick. This is going to be good. Okay, so first let me see the conditions that were met by Roman Reigns. See if he mentioned anything. Nope. Whoa, went too far. Oh, I did not. Oh, man. Ooh. I forgot about this. So, as I was saying, to the terms of the match, Corbin did attack a WWE cameraman crew or television crew in the trailer. But one thing he also did is that he's looking to the fans as he comes out demanding an apology or something, or at the match that he's demanding. He goes and takes a fan and covers him in all sorts of liquids that he had and water and all that, giving him the same treatment he got with the dog food. I don't know if this fan was hired to be taking that kind of humiliation and punishment, but that is wrong. And look what he's wearing, bro. Look what he's wearing. He's wearing a Roman Reigns t-shirt at that.
What?
So he got humiliated, and Roman Reigns attacked his ass and humiliated him once again after that. And let's see if there was anything as part as to... Oh, that's it. There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, at Super Showdown, neither the Usos or the Corbin's court will be involved because there will be a steel cage match between Corbin and Reigns. This is going to be good.
Mm-hmm.
You want to cover this one?
Oh.
Yeah, I figured you might.
Goldberg eyed the Universal title and called out the Fiend Bray Wyatt. In an exclusive interview via satellite, WWE Hall of Famer Goldberg joined the Blue Brand to express his intents in challenging the Fiend Bray Wyatt for the Universal title, noting that his time with that championship was all too short. Dressed as a news anchor, the jovial Wyatt responded from the Firefly Funhouse, a ripoff of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, and said that the challenge has been accepted. An almost giddy Wyatt wanted to offer Goldberg some advice, but Goldberg told the champion to save his breath before bellowing, "You're next," and ending the interview. Unfazed, a matter of fact, Wyatt simply said, "Well, that wasn't very nice," before growling, "Let me in."
So basically we got Icon versus Demon, basically. We got, how you say it? Did he say Bray Wyatt or did he say The Fiend? I think he said Bray Wyatt.
Bray Wyatt.
He said, "Bray Wyatt, you're next." As the freaking Bray, like you said, that wasn't very nice. And he just goes, "Let me in." I gotta get me in. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna see if I can, see if I got enough money and I can get me a Bray Wyatt mask and put that to my collection up there. That's gonna be good. Next up, after hearing that little promo between Goldberg and Bray Wyatt, Daniel Bryan was watching it, and then here comes a guy we haven't seen in like several months, is Heath Slater. He got kids. Well, he goes and just opens his mouth, no filter, no conscience, no realization of, dude, shut the hell up. You're digging yourself a grave. And apparently he did, because he was just mentioning everything that was going wrong for Daniel Bryan, in case of going up against the Fiend, putting the match, putting this, putting the leather strap, taking the leather strap. He's kind of crazy, kind of dumb. He said all that to Bryan's face. Oh my God. Sound like that bird from Angry Bird. Oh my God.
I can't believe it.
Well, Daniel Bryan looked at him and said, how about this? You, me, in a match right now. So he went and had a match, and Daniel Bryan made quick work of Seth Rollins, despite the fact you would think he would make the match linger. Damn. Poor Heath Slater. He's now put as a character that doesn't know when to shut up.
Nope.
Well, here you go, my brother.
Next, Shinsuke Nakamura sends a message to new Intercontinental Champion, the Monster Among Men, Braun Strowman.
Get these hands!
Braun Strowman prevailed over Shinsuke Nakamura to capture the Intercontinental Championship last week on SmackDown. Unsurprisingly, Nakamura and company are still not thrilled about it. Strowman arrived for an interview with Renee Young to celebrate his first ever singles title victory, but he was quickly interrupted by Nakamura and Sami Zayn. The critic of critics railed against the Monster Among Men and promised that he and Nakamura would use their resources. Right on cue, the Revival attacked Strowman from behind. Nakamura and Zayn immediately joined the ambush. Strowman fought back and flattened Dash and Dawson at ringside, but his pursuit of Zayn was cut short when he re-entered the ring and ran right into
King Sasha.
I
was like, if anybody's going to hit him hard, it's got to be Shinsuke. Yep. So it's got to be his finisher.
With Braun staggered to one knee, Nakamura drilled him with a second.
It's also called a Shining Wizard.
Yep.
Running knee.
Ninshashka before Hasselty exiting with Zayn and the Revival.
So it became a 4-on-1 on poor Braun Strowman. Damn. Isn't it weird? The freaking Revival are just nothing more than goons now.
Yeah.
For any of the heels. What the hell? Next up, we have Sheamus going against Apollo Crews. And damn, did he make quick work of Apollo. He barely even had any chance to pull off some moves and stunts. He just get bro kicked. Bam. That's it. So I think, I don't mind. Go ahead and call the main event, my brother.
All right, the main event.
I checked.
Carmella, Dana Brooke versus Naomi versus Dana Brooke versus Alexa Bliss to earn a future SmackDown Women's Championship opportunity.
At Super Showdown.
Last week, Naomi returned to SmackDown to confront SmackDown Women's Champion Bayley. The Glow dropped Bayley and made it very clear she was eyeing the title. And tonight, Naomi, Alexa Bliss, Dana Brooke, and Carmella all had their chance to get a future SmackDown Women's Championship opportunity by prevailing in a fatal four-way match.
With Bayley on ringside.
Yep. Bliss looked to be closing in on victory when she went for Twisted Bliss, but Naomi raised her knees to block the attempt and followed up with the rear view. The rear view.
Like Tyler Perry.
As Naomi was preparing to cover Alexa, however, Carmella stunned the Glow with a swift super kick to the chin to earn the victory in a future title bout. Bayley, who was at ringside for the match, immediately pounced and drove the Princess of Staten Island face first into the canvas before exiting the ring and flashing a devious smile at her new challenger as SmackDown concluded.
So Carmella's got a shot at becoming a 2-time SmackDown Women's Champion with Bayley, but will Bayley give her that opportunity? Because it looks like she just wants her out of that match altogether. Mm-hmm. She wants to be SmackDown Women's Champion that much longer. I'm trying to remember. Is she the longest reigning SmackDown champion now? I'm confused. Knowing her, if she is, she'll brag about it. If not her, Sasha Banks will. After she comes out of injury from her ankle. So, while I'm looking up 205 Live, my brother,
I am going to do the shout outs to all the members of the Heavens Monsters podcast. Starting with these three. Myself, Xavier Hill, Mike Henry, and Andre Mitchell. A link to our 3 YouTube pages will be in the descriptions down below as always. And a remaining shout out to Terrence, aka T-Money, Crispy Treat, Pharaoh, Renee, and Delvin.
There you go. All right. Like always with 205 Live, it's mostly based on 3 matches and is more or less an hour long or less. So let's go ahead. We just finished watching it. Being the first match is the Brian Kendrick and Arya Daivari having themselves a tag team match between Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch. And sadly, the match is Viva disqualification thanks to the fact that, surprisingly, Danny Burch and Oney Lorcan were using chairs. I guess they got fed up with these guys. They're like, screw you, we're done playing nice with y'all. And, you want to talk about a 205 Live version of the Dudley Boys. We had Danny Burch slapping the chest with both hands of Oney Lorcan and saying, Oney! Oney says, what? And in that tone of voice, he's got a high-pitched voice. He says, what? Get the table! So, I want to call it, it's not a 2.0, it's a 2.5 because of 205 Live. Yeah. Dudley Boys, Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch. And they went ahead, did their thing, and threw those sorry butts in the table. You know what? I'm going to do this one for you because you deserve the main event because this one was way too...
too quick?
Nah, way too unsatisfying. Wow. It's the Singh brothers versus local talent, and you know the Singh brothers won. That sums it up. They're doing their camera thing. They're doing their dancing. So here you go, my bro. Here is the main event.
The main event. Jordan Devlin versus Tony Nese and Lio Rush.
No title on the line. Nope.
Following a back and forth on social media earlier today, NXT Cruiserweight Champion Jordan Devlin found himself locked into a triple threat match. Former champions Lio Rush and Tony Nese. Both Nese and Rush were more than willing to welcome the Irish Ace to WWE 205 Live and each make their case for another title opportunity. As the match got underway, Nese and Rush engaged in a verbal spat that was broken up by Devlin before Rush took down the premier athlete to focus on the champion. Agreeing to work together to combat Rush, Devlin and Nese prepared a huge superplex, but the man of the hour fought both off superstars before taking them down with a double crossbody. With adrenaline surging, Rush used his speed and agility to overwhelm both opponents, leveling both with a come-up, but he was unable to secure the win.
Agility?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean agility?
Agility.
There you go.
Chaos ensured as all 3 superstars employed high-risk maneuvers to the outside.
Woohoo! That was fun to watch.
The animosity between Nese and Rush boiled over, and Nese prevented a potential final hour and instead tossed Rush over the announce table. And Nese grew frustrated that he couldn't secure a pinfall on Devlin following a sunset driver. Nese attempted a 450 splash on Devlin, but the Irish Ace rolled away, allowing Rush to launch himself into the air with the final hour. However, Nese got his knees up just in time and delivered a 450 splash on Rush. Unfortunately, the premier athlete Devlin grabbed him before the pin and executed the Devlin side for the win. After the match, Devlin grabbed a microphone to address the WWE Universe, Lio Rush, Tony Nese, and even Angel Garza, promising to keep the NXT Cruiserweight Championship.
Never bet on the ace.
And that's how this edition of 205 Live came to an end.
Oh, wait. Never bet against the ace.
What?
Also, his move, I had to rewind it a couple of times because I never really heard his side-to-side. Like, it looks like an Kurt Angle's Olympic slam.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a side-to-side slam, suplex, and he calls it the Devlin inside. It's a montage play on words to the devil inside, since his name is Devlin.
Mm-hmm.
So don't get it too twisted, ladies and gentlemen. He's just egotistical as a name based on that. So how do you feel on that match, bro?
Man, I feel like Leo Rush should have won that match because I was actually going for him.
Mm-hmm. Leo Rush was trying his best, but he kept being tossed around by these two athletes. Yes. That's the sad thing. But hey, give it to him. He kept trying. And he kept hitting them as hard as they could. But Tony Nese, throughout this entire match, Tony Nese had the momentum going for him. But like before, they mentioned this too, at Worlds Collide, mm-hmm. Devlin saw an opportunity. He took it. He took that momentum that Tony Nese had, and he just grabbed Tony Nese and hit him with the devil inside and got the win. So, honestly, toe-to-toe, love him or hate him, Tony Nese should have won this match. But mm-hmm. Cruiserweight Championship got it. And again, this was a match where the title, the NXT Cruiserweight title, that's what they're calling it. Yep. They've been calling it for several months now, was not on the line. So now, with this mention, Angel Garza has put his sights on that title. And will we see a title match at next Sunday, next week, at
NXT TakeOver Portland?
We'll have to wait and see. With that said, this is the end of the podcast. And with that, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. You didn't? Give it a thumbs down. Hit the subscribe button, like the content, and hit that notification bell for the next Heaven's Monsters. I'm SergDragon. This is Xavier Hill, and we'll see you next time.
Peace.
There you go.